Now we come back to India. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has visited the scene of devastating plane crash in Ahmedabad today. The Air India jet bound for London went down just moments after takeoff on Thursday, slamming into a residential area. 241 of the 242 people on board were killed. Among the dead, 169 Indian nationals, 53 British nationals, 7 Portuguese nationals, and 1 Canadian national. The only sole survivor, a British national named Vishwash Kumar Ramesh, who was sitting in seat number 11A. He is now recovering in the hospital. Aviation experts say his survival is almost inexplicable. Families of the victims have been giving DNA samples as authorities continue identifying the dead. Police say no bodies will be released until identification is confirmed. So far, 81 bodies have been recovered as rescue crews continue to comb through the wreckage. The cause of the crash remains unknown. Investigators are still searching for the black box. Global support is pouring in as India grapples with the deadliest aviation disaster in a decade. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer has sent an investigation team to Ahmedabad, India. The UK is working closely with Indian officials to uncover what went wrong in this tragic incident. Starmer called the incident devastating and offered his condolences to the families. Let us listen in.
Well, the images and news from India is absolutely devastating, and I speak for the entire country in saying our thoughts are with each and every one of those involved. There will be British and Indian families across the land who are absolutely impacted by this, and our thoughts first and foremost are with them. Obviously the investigation is going on. We've dispatched an investigation team that's been deployed. The Foreign Secretary is leading on this, and we'll obviously update as soon as we can. But we're working with the Indian authorities on this to establish the facts. I would say to all families, friends of anybody affected to please contact the Foreign Office.
The U.S. is also sending help. The National Transportation Safety Board is dispatching a team of experts to join the probe. The National Transportation Safety Board says the U.S. will support India, but all official updates will come from New Delhi itself. President Donald Trump has called the crash horrific, adding that Washington is ready to provide any assistance needed. Let us listen in.
The plane crash was terrible. I've already told them anything we can do. It's a big country, a strong country. They'll handle it, I'm sure, but I let them know that anything we can do, we'll be over there immediately. But it was a horrific crash. It looks like most are gone. They actually maybe have a couple survivors, which is just heard. But that was a horrible crash. Nobody has any idea what it might be. I gave him a couple of pointers. I said, maybe you'll look at this or that. You know, we saw the plane. It looked like it was flying pretty well. It didn't look like there was an explosion. It just looked like the engines maybe lost power. But boy, that is a terrible crash. It's one of the worst in aviation history. Yeah, second.
Reports state the plane was carrying 217 adults, 11 children, and 2 infants. International attention now focuses on what caused the Air India Dreamliner to fall from the sky just moments after the takeoff. Now we move on to US. In the latest development on appeals court has temporarily allowed President Donald Trump to continue deploying the National Guard to Los Angeles, pausing a lower court's order that had declared the move illegal. This comes as a federal judge has ordered U.S. President Donald Trump to return control of California's National Guard to the governor Gavin Newsom, calling the president's actions illegal. The judge ruled that Trump's decision to deploy Guard troops to protest hit Los Angeles, despite the governor's objections, exceeded his authority. The move marked the first time since 1965 that a president federalized a state's National Guard without consent. Trump claimed Los Angeles was burning amid immigration protests, but the court found no evidence of a rebellion or organized violence. The judge said the protests were largely peaceful and centered on immigration raids, not an attempt to overthrow the government. Governor Newsom welcomed the ruling, saying Trump is not a king, and accused him of a power grab. The order is paused until Friday noon as the White House files an appeal that may head to the Supreme Court. Let's listen in to what Californian Governor Gavin Newsom has said.
Today is a big day for the Constitution of the United States, for our democracy, and I hope it's the beginning of a new day in this country where we push back against overreach, we push back against these authoritarian tendencies of a president that has pushed the boundaries, pushed the limit, but no longer can push this state around any longer. So I'm very hopeful this order puts that in perspective, and hopefully Donald Trump will immediately back down. The courts have ruled on the Guard. They will be back under my command, and he'll be relieved. Donald Trump will be relieved of his command at noon tomorrow.
Now we move on to the Middle East. The United Nations General Assembly has overwhelmingly voted